door. March!
Oh, all right. All right. I'm going. But if anything awful happens, it's on your heads.
Oh, she's really upset. They didn't want to make eye contact with anybody going to the 5th floor, the sperm floor.
I think you're overreacting.
Perverts looked at us like we were perverts. I know that look.
I thought it'd be more bank-like.
You're gonna get linguine all over me.
Ma, go back to sleep. It's just me, Dorothy.
Get the hell out of my bed.
Ma, I have a heart. The heat went out again. I'm freezing to death. You're the only one who has an electric blanket.
Oh,
Oh, Dorothy, it's finally happened. I have met the man of my dreams, my reason for living, my soulmate. Oh, Dorothy, I feel as if I've known him for all eternity.
Oh, honey, what is his name?
Well, this has been very difficult for me, but I want you to know I forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. I mean, I'm not ashamed of anything I've done. Blanche, your father and I were in love. We didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. Now, in another time and place, we would have been married. But at that time in the South...
He was so proud. You know, there's nobody to be proud of me anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, when anything good happens to me, I still can't wait to tell Ma. Listen, Blanche, I think you have to go to the funeral. You wanted to be there for him. Be there for him now.
It is later the same day.
Hello? Oh, hi, Abby. I guess I owe you a little apology. You do? Well, yeah. I'll be right over.
Gerald, to continue seeing you.
Allow me. Mother, this is where it stops.
See what happens? You put sugar in his tea, didn't you?
It is not the sugar, Mother, it's you.
Mama's boy, huh?
This is my life. I'm a grown man, and I am going to love the woman I want to love, whether she meets with your approval or not.
When I hear her coming, I hide. Gotta go.
Morning, Ma.
Good morning, pussycat.
Blanche, honey, are you okay?
Never better. Why?
I've just never seen you do anything domestic.
Dorothy, I've done the...
what's going on?
Listen, Ma, I want you to be especially nice to Marguerite.
Please, Dorothy, I wasn't brought up in a cave. Actually, I was brought up in a cave.
Listen, Ma, I am serious. You are not to ask her to lift a finger, and if there's anything you need...
Sophia!
All right, you've got a second chance. But if you hurt my daughter again, I'll make you miserable for the rest of my life. And if I lay off meat and dairy, that could be as much as 5 years.
This is my mother, Sophia Petrillo, who has to be going.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Mr. Vaughn, my name is Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche?
And, this is Rose Nyland.
Rose.
And, this...
He's fine. Have all the space you want.
Where are you going?
To Mildred's. She's shorter than you. She doesn't need so much space.
I can't understand why the community theater chose...
Said in a restaurant. Things we've said on our way to a restaurant. Things we've said on the way home
The
from
two of you shared. We get it.
But who was I sharing with? If you say something to somebody who isn't really who...
Girls, I just got a letter from my brother Clayton. He says he's coming for a visit next week and he has a big surprise.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I better know what the surprise is, too. Clayton's met himself a girl he wants me to meet her.
Honey, your brother is gay.
Dorothy, I think that gay thing was just a phase he was. Manic Caribbean cruise. I envy you.
Oh, come on, Blanche. It's no big deal. What is it? 3 days at sea with a man. A man who's a doctor. A great big doctor in a tiny little room with me. You were saying?
I'm a woman.
I think Amos and Andy are on the wildest tonight. What do you say we stay home and laugh our asses off?
Malcolm, I told you, I'm going out with the girls tonight.
Yeah, you always were the ladies' man, Tommy.
Did Ma Butch and Sundance steal your seat on the bus?
I had a miserable day at work. That stupid manager docked me a half a day's pay because I said hello to the customers.
You're not allowed to say hello to the customers?
Not at Pecos Pete's Chow Wagon. You have to say howdy. As a matter of fact, you have to say howdy, partner. How about a saddle?
There wasn't anything anyone could do. No one's ever beat it, Sophia.
But someday they will, and it could be tomorrow, and it could be you. I believe that, and you're gonna believe that. Because right now, today, that's all we got. Hope.
And a nectarine.
And a nectarine.
Well, at least I'm not bitter.
I always assumed I'd be kept by a younger man.
It's not too late. They get younger every day.
What are you doing? I can't let you go through with this. Do you want to spend the rest of your life rotting away in some disgusting jail cell, bribing screws for cigarettes and toilet paper?
Rose, in Miami, it is not a felony to cut the wedding cake.
Cut the wedding. As I can, and I'll bet by the time I'm through, she'll be as anxious to save that tree as we are. Hello, Miss Claxton. This is Rose Nyland. How are you? Well, I've never sat on one before, but wouldn't that be painful? Sophia, really fantastic.
I know.
Did you see that Emma Jane eat?
Oh.
I could not believe my eyes. That woman must weigh 275 pounds. She never stopped shoving it in. And then she had to talk the entire time. She just sprayed food all over the table like a mist.
We're there?
Oh, I happen to know he didn't.
How?
Bridget isn't his type.
Of course she isn't. She's too good for him.
How about a nice glass of lemonade?
Not now. What do you mean she is too good for him?
Well, he doesn't even have a job.
Well, neither does Henry Kissinger, really, but he's still very highly regarded.
Somebody impulsive who'd sweep me off my feet. He'd pick me up in his convertible Porsche and whisk me to the airport, and we'd fly to his villa in the south of France, where we'd blindfold the orchestra and dance until dawn. And then we'd watch the sun come up over 2 steaming cups of cocoa.
Hey, you look beautiful.
Boy, it has been a long time for you, hasn't it, big fella?
Well, let's get started, Rose. There's magic in the air tonight.
What do I do if he wants to go back to his place?
Tell 1908. No, that's not it. But if you ever need a story about jealousy, this one's a pit.
Ma, just go to sleep.
No, I remember. Havana, 1957. No, I was never in Havana.
Ma.
I meant Brooklyn.
Sure is for a pig.
I know a ham turns out nicely at 325. I'm sorry, Rose. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm delirious with grief. So, barely cover my perky bosoms. You're only gonna sit in an inch of water?
Ladies, let us behave. But wasn't it great making fun of those who did?
It sure was.
But come on, Ma. The truth is, we have done our share of fighting.
Of course we fight. We're Italian. We like to fight. It's our way of showing love. Though I don't know if there was a lot of love that time that we...
Hi, Ma.
Give me your watch. Before you begin, I want to tell you something. I'm no novice when it comes to major negotiations.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sicily, 1922. An attractive peasant girl who has saved her lira embarks on a glorious vacation to a Crimean...
Good for being in the ground for 2 hours.
Rose, what are you doing? Watching the cheese balls. You're supposed to be watching Dorothy. I was watching Dorothy. But every time I watch her, Sophia eats a cheese ball.
Honey, let her have the darn cheese balls. Nobody else wants them.
How would you like your rear end kicked across the street?
Oh, great. Here's the other $4.
Girls, there is a busload of Greek sailors out front. They want to know how many drachma there are in $8. Oh, I just never had a mind for that.
Oh, me neither. I never had a mind for money matters. I always used to let Stanley handle all our investments.
Did he have a head for numbers?
Stanley? The man used to have to get naked to count to 21.
Hey, can I see you for a minute?
Yes, Ma, what is it?
That guy over there, is he a midget?
Yes.
Thank God, I thought I was having another stroke.
My goodness, I didn't realize it was getting so late.
What does one wear to a sperm bank?
Something attractive in rubber.
I have that.
I like to pretend one of them's you and one of them's Dorothy. Hi, Dorothy. How you feel?
Oh, woe is me. I can't get a date. Nobody asked me out. Woe is me. Woe.
Video recorder?
I bought you a video recorder.
2 video recorders? Wow, this will be the best Christmas ever.
Ma, how did you think I was going to pay for all this?
On time. Loosen up the mousetrap a little. It's Christmas.
You see what this holiday has become?
Now, you've heard me speak about Sylvia Butel down at the Grief Center. This is her chicken.
Sylvia Butel? Isn't she the woman who thought Milton Berle was sending her secret messages through her dentures?
Yes, but with extensive counseling and some new bridge work, she's totally back to normal.
Rose, the woman keeps a chicken.
Oh, what a terrible night that was.
Oh, it wasn't so bad. Something good did come out of it. I dated Floppo the Clown for several months after that. You know, his feet really were that big.
Fight.
No, I saw it. I was here.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any problem now.
I thought you said this was a cold drink. It's lukewarm.
I told him no ice.
You dumb bajagaloop. What do you think makes it cold?
Your attitude is making me cold, woman, so lighten up and say thank you.
How many times can you bang your head against the wall before it starts to bleed?
9.
Believe me, Dorothy, I know what you're going through. I once had a relationship with a man I couldn't get rid of. Every time I turned around, there he was, pathetically underfoot.
George, do you know why I'm going to New York with Jenny? Not just to help her, to be with someone who needs me. Think about it. Think about that. I've got the second half of my life to take care of, and I don't want to do it alone.
We don't want to lose him.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I better get to the office.
We're not done yet.
Couldn't it wait?
Well, no, it cannot wait. George, the kids are gone. You're never here. I have nothing to do anymore.
What do your friends do?
Shop, have lunch, some play golf, some have affairs.
Which ones are having affairs?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
Stupid.
You shouldn't. You're a terrific lady.
I'm gonna miss you. Don't you forget me now.
Oh, don't worry. I'll always have this printout to remember you by.
No.
What is it?
It's a beetle.
They call it a fly, but it's really a beetle?
Yes.
How do they know it's Spanish?
Because it wears a little sombrero.
Well, why don't they just call it a beetle? Spanish beetle.
Because they call it Spanish fly.
Well, then what do they call their fly?
I don't care, Rose. Forget it.
At 10 o'clock.
I don't know what you just did, but you'd make one hell of a yodeler.
Blanche, Rose. Oh, hello.
Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. There's something I want to ask.
These had been offered to the Donner Party. They still would have eaten each other.
Don't be silly, Dorothy. They're delicious. You just have to know how to eat them. You hold your nose with one hand, and you pop a Crispy in your mouth with the other. That tastes like cheesecake, fresh strawberries, and chocolate.
Believe me.
If it's nothing, let me see it.
You know something? I am really very hungry. What do you say we go out and get that pizza now?
It's 9:15. I don't want a pizza. I want to see that
I'm sorry, Blanche, you can't.
thing. Why?
Because.
Why?
Because.
Why?
Because it's none of your business.
None of mine. Then you don't know if you'd give me a kidney?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm not surprised. You never even lent me a Kleenex. Besides, I'm a size 8. Your kidney wouldn't fit me. There's not room in my body for your kidney. Well, I guess I...
It's only for a couple of hours more.
I can't do it. I mean, pretending we're married, acting as though nothing happened, it's making me crazy.
It's time to take my heart medicine.
You need a glass of water to take your pill?
No pills. I take a shot of scotch. You're 12 years old if you got it.
Uncle Angelo, I have a confession to make.
Those in petite. Everybody can see you couldn't get those past your knees.
If you don't keep your voice down, I'm going to hit you in the head with this loin of pork.
Oh, Blanche, come on. $15.99. Now, this is just too extravagant. I'm not going in on this.
With a fake fur collar? My heart is staying with Neiman Marcus Ladies Apparel, 3rd floor.
This one's from me, Dorothy. They're very popular back home. It took me nearly a week to whittle it.
Dorothy, what are you doing?
Watching Amazing Discoveries. Look at that. The thing just shucks the corn off the cob. Just shucks it off.
I cannot
Worry. It's just that I really wanted to come to this restaurant. I didn't mean to eat behind your back.
I was going to take you to a lovely restaurant tomorrow night.
I know. Captain Sam's Twilight 2-for-1 special. Nice piece of perch, your choice of potatoes or rice.
Sneakers. Well, there's only one way to settle this. I'm going.
The hell you are. I'm going.
Neither one of you is going. Fidel isn't coming.
Where is he? We killed him. I know. We might as well have put a gun to poor Fidel's head. We would...
I sense you're not either. I guess the problem is to make that human connection, you know, with the...
It's my Uncle Lucas. He's perfect. All man, all heart, all yours.
Blanche, forget it. It's not going to work out. I mean, he's a little bit country, and I'm a little bit too smart for this.
You've got Uncle Lucas all wrong. He's a man of cultivation and high taste.
Discard already. I'm 80. I'd like to live long enough to see the next hand.
Don't need to, Ma. Gin.
You're taking advantage. You know I'm whacked out on blood pressure medicine.
Honey, if the medicine bothers you, change the prescription.
I like being whacked out.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. My date, the two merry widows.
Hit it, Blanche!
yourself. Sweetheart, you're now in exactly the same position.
Not exactly. I'm 5 years older, and nobody wants me around.
Oh, honey, we want you around. We just can't afford to pay you.
Rose, look at me. Rose, listen, you are feeling sorry for yourself.
Somehow he manages to suppress the urge to throw me on the floor and ravish me.
Please, if he throws you on the floor, you'll both end up at the apartment below.
Drink up, Blanche.
That must be him now. I just have to grip my jacket. We're driving into the museum together.
Any place in your heart to forgive me? Any place in your heart when you love me? Have you loved me ever?
There was that one morning at St. Francis Hospital. You and me peeking through the maternity window the first time they wheeled Dorothy and little Michael out. There was a whole happy future in your smile.
Blanche Devereaux.
Dorothy, I can't see a thing. What's happening now?
The Harlem Globetrotters just took the court.
Hello, ladies. I want to thank you for making time for me. But I wonder if instead of reading my family tree, if I couldn't just say a few words of...
He already resents you. Why should he be mad at me, too?
I've heard enough. Get out.
See, you're great at throwing people out.
Stanley, you're going to have to throw your own son out of your own house.
Dorothy, I can't. How can I sit in judgment of how Michael lives his life? Here I am, a middle-aged man selling novels.
Hey, kissing. Hello. Dorothy, Miles, lips aflame, they were kissing.
And?
And she's pregnant with his love child. What do you mean, and? Isn't that enough? Aren't you shocked?
Not really. I saw them kiss.
Chip in and get Rose a CAT scan.
Rose, is there a point to your story?
Well, of course there's a point to it. Mrs. Gunderson was a really sweet woman, but she just couldn't do the job anymore.
Then it's settled. We fire Marguerite.
Oh, but couldn't we wait just a few more days?
Gingerbread and everything, yeah. And she leaves me. What is a 6'7" American basketball player got that I don't?
Well, Angelo, speaking in terms of the gingerbread alone.
My mother will hear the car. What, do you think I'm proud of this?
Go on, honey, take the bite.
Thank you.
Dorothy?
I'm just going around the block.
Dorothy?
Oh, God, I hate what this does to my head.
But what's got me so sad? Oh, I just never had two better friends. I just can't stand the thought of leaving you.
I love you.
Too widow to wait. Ma, I can't believe you did this. Why did you lie to me?
Because for the first time in my life, somebody was paying attention to me, pampering me, and it was nice.
Are dealers in stolen gems.
Those sweet people?
I'm afraid so. And we have reason to believe that they may be making a major move sometime in the next 72 hours. So we'd like to set up shop here for a few days.
Well, of course. You can both stay in my room.
Now, wait just a minute.
All right. St. Gustav by plane, Dorothy. You have to go by toboggan. Of course, traveling in the summer is really rough on the old hiney.
But it's a great way to rack up lots of frequent tobogganer mileage.
One pack will last her a lifetime. Dorothy?
Out in a minute, Ma.
I love you, pussycat.
This is more moving than Susan Hayward's.
One way out, Blanche, and I don't think you can hold your breath long enough.
You're just making a mountain out of a molehill.
5 years of molehills. They add up.
Well, I didn't know Doug meant this much to you.
I'm not talking about Doug. This is about you. She asked me for another chance. I gave it to her. I trusted her.
A great Southern writer, carrying on the tradition of the other great Southern writers, like, all those that are so famous they need not be mentioned. Oh, girls, it's going to be so exciting. I am going to make a fortune, and I won't even have to use my...
What are you talking about?
You knew Trudy was playing a practical joke all along, and you never shared it with your best friends. We thought you were devastated. We suffered right along with you.
Yeah.
That was insensitive.
Insensitive.
Selfish.
Selfish.
Listen, as far as we are concerned, Dorothy Spornak, you have gone too far this time. No, this is unforgivable. And not just for her, for me. I want to get to know her like a grown-up. Well, I want us to have a chance to be friends, sisters. After all, she's the only family I have.
I thought you had a sister Charmaine.
Oh, you can't count her. Well, she's an awful self.
Right, I better change. So, Ted, what brings you to Miami?
Oh, I'll grab any chance I can to spend some time with the greatest guy in the world.
My kid brother still looks up to me.
As well he should. After all,
The street. You know, Sam and Edna's daughter.
That's a girl?
Woof! Dorothy, what are you doing up?
her banging woke me.
What are you talking
The
about?
toilet seat, Ma. 4 women live in this house. The toilet seat never has to move. You always manage to make it bang.
So what do you think?
They're adorable.
They're perfect for the show.
Take 5. Go wait in the van. It's not professional to have them here while I'm negotiating.
Negotiating? Sophia, this show is for charity.
The word charity is not in a good agent's vocabulary. Ma, the school to tell me you had the highest IQ in the borough.
If that's a coincidence. I was told I had the IQ of a borough.
No, I had no idea. The brightest kid in Brooklyn? Well, that certainly... What's so funny?
Oh, Marmaduke, look at how he drives that car. I love my comics. Every day, Marmaduke and Apartment 3G.
I haven't read Apartment 3G since 1961.
Oh, well, let me catch you up.
If you knew now what I knew then, so what?
If you've got something to say, spit it out, Weinstock.
Don't push me or I will.
There, I pushed. Too bad you were on a flight of stairs.
Ma, you're creating a scene. Look, that was a long time ago. Forget about it.
Sophia, we've come this far. Just think about the money. Think about it so hard that you block out everything else. Especially him.
Hi, I'm Timmy. What's your name?
None of your business. Leave her alone.
Ma, the nurse won't...
Apartment.
Thank you.
It kind of looks like something out of Miami Vice.
Really? Are you a fan of the show?
I adore it.
Me too! Miami Vice has been the biggest influence on my life. That's why I joined the police force. That's why I drive a fancy car. That's why I wear expensive Italian suits. That's why I'm up to my neck in hock.
All the day and night time. Hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe this. You're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm familiar with the big gun.
Dad, who's calling me?
It's me. You know.
Oh, Sal, is that you? Could it possibly be you? Oh, Sal, please prove to me it's you.
You dirty rat. You killed my brother.
Oh, will drop dead.
What I mean, Rose, is that if you decide to raise this child, I think I'd like to help you.
Really? Now, wait a minute, girls. If you both feel you want to raise this child, why, I might even consider it myself.
But I thought you said you didn't want to be a mother again.
But I meant by myself, as long as...
Sorry, dear. To Blanche Devereaux, the most wonderful woman in the world.
Richard, you stop that.
No, I mean it. And my kids agree with me. They're really crazy about you.
Richard, there's something I have to ask you.
I have something to ask you, too.
Okay, you first.
Over the phone. If I don't see a pope on the porch, they can kiss their ring goodbye.
Huh? You're forgetting one thing, Ma. I have the ring.
That's the one hole in my plan.
Look, Ma, I know you're disturbed about your friend, but the Pope coming to people's houses, things like that just don't happen.
That's the difference between
Log when you're wearing an evening gown. And the shocker is, I lost out on the intelligence quiz.
Quelle surprise.
Don't I know it? They asked me to name the 7 dwarfs, and I did. Usually worked like a charm. Except every once in a while, there'd be a cow with a particularly low udder, and it would brush across my forehead and wake me up.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just torn and confused. Guess I'll have to think about it all tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day.
You're leaving.
Then I better pack.
You know what I'm going to miss about Sophia most? It's all that good advice she gives us.
Well, I guess living all those years, she has a lot to draw on.
And if she doesn't have anything to draw on, she just
went to get a jacket.
Thank you, Rose.
You know, we are so excited about what you two are doing. I'm sure it's going to turn out great.
Oh, I wish I was so sure.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm having second thoughts.
About what?
Well, when I met Blanche, I thought she would be the perfect model for the piece I had in mind. You know, sexy, sassy, exciting.
Huh?
But now...
Everyone? I was supposed to speak at a funeral this afternoon, and now I can't, but I'd still like to give my speech.
Doctor said. Tell her what the doctor...
Ma's fine, okay?
And?
I need a hearing aid, all right? I took the test just to show her there was nothing to it, and turns out
An amateur consultant had a few recommendations on how to improve my show.
They were only suggestions. Some ideas I had that I thought would help the show.
Oh, like changing the theme song?
Well, I mean, frankly, the lyrics are a bit inane.
I wrote those lyrics.
How did Dorothy get you?
You shouldn't take him back. It's not just my opinion. We took a vote.
See me drive home. Come on, baby. 1, 2, 3.
I have my plan all worked out step by step. First, he'll comment on how stunning I look, and then I'll say, "Oh, John, did we have a date tonight? Oh, I completely forgot." And as he crumbles, I will show him the door.
What if he doesn't comment on how stunning you look?
Bye, all.
Bye, Al. Bye. Oh, girls, I am so excited. Now that Al's retired, we'll have so much time together.
He's really pretty special to you, isn't he?
Oh, he's more than special. I think I'm falling for him.
Look, Rose made this for her daughter. Now, you know you're not supposed to eat it until she gets here.
Oh, please, there's enough food here to feed my entire village in Sicily.
Blanche.
Oh, dear, Dorothy, can you help me with the chair? Oh, my back gave out. I figured that would have been about the third thing to go.
Honey, what happened?
George liked red. I thought I looked terrible, but the pictures came out fine. Oh, that must be him. How do I look, girls?
Nervous.
Oh, I am nervous. My heart's just pounding away.
Come on, just take a deep breath.
I always take a deep breath before I greet a man at...
Honey, that took a lot of courage.
You all right?
No! This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, come on, honey, it's not that bad.
I made a
Think about it.
Oh, it's so sad. When I was 8 years old, I was just worried about the usual childhood things. How much would the tooth fairy leave me? What would I get from Santa? Would I ever be chosen small curd cottage cheese queen?
Give us a few minutes, please.
5 minutes more, then I've got to bury Mr. Pincus.
You see,
Is there a Blanche Hollingsworth here?
He's been killed.
Arrested.
What?
He gave me this to give to you. He's a bigamist, ma'am. He's wanted in 4 states. He's got 6 wives.
We eat lots of fruits and grains and try to avoid sweets. Right, Kolak?
Why don't you try to avoid sweets? It's not a pretty picture from down here.
Why, Kolak, I didn't know that you could speak English.
Hey, what you don't know could fill a space the size of Guam.
I know. I should have taken them back when you were 7.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Jorge Vega, Michael Fetchick.
I was trying to drive a wedge between you because I didn't want to be left alone, but I'm ashamed of that now. So I'm not going to oppose this union. I'm going to celebrate it. I'm going to lift a glass to it. I'm going to ask God to bless it.
And I wish you'd all just stop acting like you know what I'm going through, because you don't. You don't have any idea.
Well, Rose, I might not have any idea what it's like to feel the kind of dependency you do, but there was a time in my life when I tried quitting something.
Blanche, you don't mean...
Sex, Dorothy. I tried quitting...
Honey, I'm sorry. I know you meant well.
I'm not crying on account of that. I'm crying because we're all gonna die, and I still have so many things to tell you.
Like what?
Like, once I read your diary.
You what?
Well, it was an accident. You left...
Do you realize what would happen if there were no swamps?
New Jersey wouldn't have a state smell.
I'm just in over my head. I mean, what with the banquet, press releases, petitions to be signed? Ma, what am I going to do?
I'll help.
Oh, Blanche, that's sweet, but honey, aren't your hands tied with all the... And so familiar. This is mine. I thought the cleaner lost it.
I told you the cleaner lost it. I took it. I needed something to go with my black sweater.
This is my black sweater.
I know. It goes great with
my pearls. Lord knows I've tried.
Blanche, look.
Rose, please, I do not need a lecture. I am a klutz. I can accept that.
I guess it's no big thing. You're just awkward when it comes to your body.
Marry your daughter. And, well, I guess in asking her hand, I'm also asking your hand. So what do you say? Will you be my mother-in-law?
Marrying us both, eh? So, I suppose one could say 6 years ago you left us both. Of course, that was after you split.
We're talking about a millenniums-old symbol of the Pope's authority. Something so steeped in history and tradition that it makes even you seem middle-aged.
You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me. I'll bring it back.
Said he might be here.
Yes, is something wrong?
I'm with the Immigration and Naturalization Service. We have reason to believe that Mario is in this country illegally. Mario, afraid you'll have to come with me.
Oh, Rose, good God. My heart is still pounding. I was just in an accident. But don't worry, I'm all right. I'm okay.
Oh, thank God. Any damage to your car?
Well, that's the one bright spot. I had borrowed yours.
My car? You didn't ask if you could borrow my car.
Well, I guess we both learned to let go.
Have you eaten? Well, I haven't. Goodbye. Let's roll.
Sophia, we can't. We haven't all gotten our calls.
Oh, forget it. She's not going to call. Hello? What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. Oh, he took me to a very expensive...
Could I smell waffles?
What does this look like, the house of pancakes?
So, how's Kate doing?
Better than I am. Dennis is here, and she's forgiven him.
Dennis is here? Somebody hold my hair. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, sit down and shut up.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, Daddy.
lot.
Sophia, you did nothing of the kind.
There's a lot of money in here.
That does look a little bit like Sophia's wallet.
It's a man's wallet. Now, did either of you see who did drop it?
Afraid not, no.
There's over $2,000 in here. Whoever lost this must be frantic. I think we should turn it into the lost and found.
Wait a minute. You're mealing black bananas.
Mom, I'll do that.
No, you will not.
You don't have to clean up after me.
I enjoy doing it.
Here, why not double your fun?
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Blanche.
Honey, how's your back?
Terrible.
Well, the doctor.
I'm not a Gabor.
You're telling me. Listen, big news. Zsa Zsa's coming to town.
Gloria is coming here?
I wish I knew why you two didn't get along. I just don't understand it. For some reason, you've always been jealous of my good daughter. Not only am I not allowed to go, I'm not allowed to talk about it. This is the same deal Cinderella had with her stepsisters.
I always wanted to go to Hollywood. When I was a young girl, I used to dream about becoming a movie star. Mr. Mason, who owned the corner drugstore, said I was a young Barbara Billingsley.
All right, thank you.
What?
Thank you for the soda. I guess we're even. This fight was my fault. Yesterday was yours.
Yesterday?
Hey, if y'all were...
Ma, thank God you're here.
Arrested for prostitution. I can't believe this.
Sophia, we're innocent.
I know that. I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
In the end, anyhow, what's it matter?
Yeah. I mean, what does it matter? If you know that you're going to end up dying anyway, you might as well do what you want to do.
Like having ice cream on the chocolate cake.
You know, I knew someone who went to this fabulous restaurant in Paris and just had watercress for lunch.
Fired. Rose, we just did that part, honey.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this sort of thing.
Of course, we'll pay you for the rest of the week. Oh, Marguerite, I hope you understand.
I never been fired from any job.
We're really awfully sorry.
Well, you should be.
Oh, he was the best, trustworthy, loyal, smart as a whip. Oh, I really thought Rusty was going to be with our family forever.
Dorothy, do we have any candles? I'd like to drip some hot wax in my ears.
Then one horrible, horrible night, our house caught on fire. And it was Rusty who awakened everybody.
Does Ken know how you feel?
He asked me how I felt, if I had a good time, and I had to tell him the truth. I just didn't fit in with the other clowns' wives.
Dorothy, I've been thinking it might help you get your mind off this Ken thing for a while. Why don't you join
An amateur consultant had a few recommendations on how to improve my show.
They were only suggestions, some ideas I had that I thought would help the show.
Oh, like changing the theme song?
Well, I mean, frankly, the lyrics are a bit inane.
I wrote those lyrics.
How did Dorothy get you?
You're not too thrilled about that, but you get used to it.
And then something happens and you find out that there's still bullies on the playground. And all the old instincts come back. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I know you and Kate have made up, but I still have the same feelings. Do you want...
Brutus on that date, and wouldn't you know, we ran out of gas on exactly the same spot. And George said, Blanche, why don't you look behind that tree? So I did, and there was a basket with candles and wine and 2 long-stem glasses and a big blanket.
Believe it. He's not coming back.
You okay?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm okay. No, I know I'm okay. You know, Ma, for the first time, I feel that it's over, that it's really over.
Wonderful news. The contractor says he can start building the hot tub tomorrow.
Oh, this is so exciting. So, Blanche, you must be paying extra to get a building permit that quickly.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing. The damn government isn't going to see 1 red cent of my money.
But blend down, pass it around, 2 bottles of beer on the wall. Well, I'm off to bed.
2 bottles of beer? Rose, you got all the way to 2 bottles of beer and you quit?
Just drives you nuts, doesn't it, Dorothy?
Oh, what a wonderful ride home. I bet there must have been a million.
Well, honey, for starters, you talk in your sleep.
And let's face it, you know Dick Cavett awake.
I do not talk in my sleep.
Oh, yes, you do too. And you snore.
No, I don't. Dorothy snores.
Oh, that's right. Dorothy, I swear you snore worse than a sailor passed out at an adult motel after a night of unbridled audit people. It doesn't mean there's a problem.
There's a problem.
Oh, that's too bad. Pass the meatballs.
Dorothy, I take total blame for this. I know it's a bummer, but no matter what comes down, we're in this together, babe. Of course, I won't know until we actually reconstruct our finances, but the way I figure it, we'd probably have to pay a small fee.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Unless we get...
Art can be appreciated by humanity. Dorothy, you're here as a substitute teacher to educate our youth. And Rose, you're here because the rhythm method was very popular in the 20s. Okay? I'm going to the movies. Goodbye.
Sophia, you know, it's been a long time since we've had a talk.
Very good reason for that. I hate talking to you.
What a great sense of humor. What would you say if I told you I have come up with a great...
I'm not saying I want her to go to prison. I'm saying if she goes to prison, we have the theme for the party.
Girls, do I have news for you?
Rose, where have you been?
Trying to get hold of the fire inspector who inspected Shady Pines. I just wanted to double check that there wasn't anything wrong with the building.
Mr. Big.
I know that guy. That's just a stage name.
Ma, I don't like this new crowd that you're hanging out with. Now, why are you with these people?
Sophia, do you think I could take a bath before breakfast? It's been a while.
Here, let me help.
She's my friend. I want to help her.
Oh, it's just wonderful to think about, isn't it? The 2 of them together, and they're so cute.
Thinking about your breasts again, aren't you, Blanche?
Oh, it's just a fluke, or do you think we could learn to like each other?
Well, I think it might take time, but I think it could be worth it.
Let's give it a shot.
Great!
I'm game.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Your roots.
Why should I do this for you? First, you left me at the altar. You shamed me. You shamed my father. You left me with a sullied reputation.
But we didn't do anything.
Well, how do you think that made me look?
I was a kid. I was scared that if I got married and had a family, I never would get out of that village.
Give me one of those.
Hide this stuff.
Where shall I hide it?
In your brassiere, Rose. Just throw them away.
I'm going to get the EKG machine. I'll be right back.
Well, I'll call the paramedics and tell them not to come.
Oh, thanks, Blanche.
Dorothy, Is he single?
Gail, at least you remember what's important. You remember the kiss. Our first kiss. Well, this doesn't make any sense. Rose, maybe you don't remember because you've suffered some brain damage.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but when I was dating, the man used to make all the moves.
How many men have you dated? Now, I know what you meant, and I'll tell you, I don't think that's old-fashioned. I think it's kind of nice.
How did you spend your evening?
Parent-teacher meetings. 5 hours of saying things like, well, you're...
With you, too. But you just, I don't know what to say.
Well, whatever you decide, make sure you start with Aunt Dorothy.
Wait a minute, wait! What in hell?
This isn't the Orange Bowl, is it?
Stay and talk to Stan. I'm sure you can get somebody.
Dorothy, I must confess I have mixed feelings about calling anybody. There's something strangely provocative about this evening. Oh, of course, I would never have a relationship with both twins at the same time. That would be obscene. Unless, of course, it was tastefully done.
Stan, what was...
And last but not least is a grandmother of 6, Sophia Petrollo. Sophia, it says here that you and Dorothy are mother and daughter.
No, Guy. Rose is my daughter now. And you, Dorothy, are the biggest disappointment to hit the streets since the AMC Pacer.
Fine, Cupcake. Thanks for asking.
Dorothy, I know you're in there.
Cheesecake, Rose?
Let's taste it and find out.
How's the skating going?
What's this?
Oh! Ma, stop that!
Hi, it's me, Stan.
Stanley, what do you want?
I want you to turn on your TV. It is almost 6:28.
What's happening in 628?
You're going to find out why Stan Zbornak is now a very rich man.
Oh, I get it. Company. Pardon me.
She's charming.
Oh, you're very kind. I'm sorry she bored you with all these old pictures.
Nonsense. I enjoyed it. Oh. Look, you're graduating.
And now I can afford some accessories for it.
Like a purse?
Like an aviator. Here, let's just put that lucky ticket in my jacket pocket for safekeeping till tomorrow.
I think we really ought to go out to dinner to celebrate.
What a great idea! I'll go freshen up.
I'll get my purse.
Dr. Elliot Clayton has bonged every female member of the country club. Can you let that happen to Dorothy? Can you let that happen to little Mei Ling? Hasn't she suffered enough?
Not as much as I have listening to that story.
Forget this.
Blanche, you can't take all that luggage.
Well, Dorothy, I may run into a celebrity while I'm sunbathing on the beach. I only packed what I need to make me look my most devastating.
And I hope you packed a tight butt.
Oh, yes. Now, whose cab is this? Is this yours or mine?
Rose. Thank you for all your support.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dorothy. It's just Lucy doesn't know that that's really Fred dressed up as a burglar.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize this was more important.
Wait, aren't you Mrs. Gonzalez? Spanish 101?
See?
Hi, Larry Tucker. You know, I was always afraid to tell you this when I was in your class, but I had a huge crush on you back then.
Why didn't you ever do anything about it?
Mrs. Gonzalez, you were my teacher.
This was for you, but it's so cute. Now it's for me. This is for you.
Edible panties. Oh, what a lovely sentiment. Thank you.
You really like them?
Oh, like them. I love them. In fact, I may have the waistband with
A watch that you're right on time.
Looking lovely.
Thank you. I'll just get my purse and we'll go. Oh, this is my roommate, Rose.
Hello. Blanche, before you leave, will you take a look at this horse and tell me if it looks like old Brisker is pulling the beer wagon?
Honey, why don't you ask Donald to look at old Brisker? He knows a lot about all.
Every time you get a pamphlet, I get that disease. And not just diseases. I thought for a while I was a Jew for Jesus.
Hi, Sophia.
Shalom.
Dorothy, I picked up Charlie's pictures. Oh, these must be from his last...
On the largest tobacco plantation in all of Cuba. Do you know that at one time I was the most famous Fidel in the entire country? Until you-know-who showed up.
Who?
Rex the Wonder Horse, Rose.
How did you know about Santiago Cigar?
Rose. Vero Beach.
Child, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. You are ripping the pages out of that book. Or somebody should take a hickory switch to your behind.
Blanche, come on now. Calm down. Calm down. Let me show you how a professional teacher deals with this.
Well, then I guess tomorrow morning we can start to pack. Can't we?
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably the best thing. Dr. Ashley was right, wasn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Because, I mean, it doesn't mean we can't still be friends. You know, we'll...
My pleasure, meal ticket.
It was at that point that I realized his head was coming toward me.
Were his eyes open or closed?
Open! Oh! And then he landed. I thought, oh, Mr. Gordon, oh, if only Cynthia Costello would...
Stan's here.
What is he doing here?
Well, he needs my signature on some papers, so I told him he could stop by. Where is he?
I left him on the doorstep. I wanted the neighbors to see what a bunch of kaloop you married.
I'll be back in a minute.
So where is this vacation spot you're going to where they don't allow mother?
Adam was conceived on the day of the Princess Pig when they had the pig crowning. And Janella was conceived on Hay Day. That's the day we St. Olafians celebrate hay.
Rose, do you think you could wrap this up before Rebecca goes into labor?
Then there was the day of the wheat when everybody came.
I've got to make my peace, and I need some peace to do it.
I'll be quiet.
Thank you.
Here are your beads, Ma. I found them in a can of peanut brittle.
Of course, that's where I keep them.
The paramedics.
Do I have lipstick on my teeth? See, you just have a little tickle in your throat. All right, come on, let's go. Jump on. Come on, let's go.
Blanche, please, please, my body aches.
Well, so does mine, honey. That's why I want to go out on this date.
That's a good one, too.
Well, don't you care that they're fighting?
Of course I do. You think I have no feelings? Let me tell you a story. Picture this. A crowded Mediterranean port, teeming with you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry. You know, your huddled masses yearning to be free. We boarded the ship and...
The amateur consultant had a few recommendations on how to improve my show.
They were only suggestions. Some ideas I had that I thought would help the show.
Oh, like changing the theme song?
Well, I mean, frankly, the lyrics are a bit inane.
I wrote those lyrics.
How did Dorothy get you?
Rose, can I speak to you for a moment?
Oh, sure, Dorothy. Excuse me.
Rose, there was something very odd about that all-female jazz band.
What?
They're all men.
I just thought they were really...
He's right. This violates the privacy of her relationship, and I think you should take it back.
You're just trying to make that old stupid sweatshirt of yours look better. Besides, I can't take it back. I paid in advance.
Can't you get a refund?
Well, no. I paid with Nature's credit card.
me. I have to admit, you would have made a very good psychologist.
Great idea, Pussycat. Give Blanche an office with a couch and a license to charge by the hour. His palate without using his hands. But I digress. He paints her portrait and they make passionate love. She spends much of the next day in the shower with a loofah sponge, scrubbing his fingerprints off her body.
My evening with the man you yourself described as having the personality of a dial tone. And why? So you can go have a splendid evening with some dashing naval officer. Well, absolutely not. Under no circumstances will I even entertain the notion.
I'll let you borrow my cashmere sweater anytime you want.
No!
I will give you outright, my practically full... What was the point, Rose?
I guess after the baby came, they needed more room. The point of the story. Well, gradually they were able to make friends, and they ended up the most popular family in town.
But only because they went out and met.
Lifesaver?
What kind you got?
Peppermint.
I don't like peppermint. I like butterscotch. You got butterscotch?
Does it say 7-Eleven across my forehead? I got peppermint.
Well, try one. I like butterscotch better. What is this, coconut?
Okay, worse, you won't be barren. And you know what else, Goldfine? That sandwich I gave you yesterday, it was ham.
Yeah, what is it?
Gladys wants to take a man to Tony Bennett in my place.
Oh, Sophia, calm down, honey. It's all right if you want to drop your girlfriend because a man asked.
I call my new act Sophia and Sophia. Get a load of this. Hi, Sophia. Oh, hello, Sophia. How are you feeling today? Oh, I got a little arthritis in my neck. I was wondering why my wrist was hurting.
You and Charlie happened before you ever knew me, and I know I shouldn't be so angry, but I am, and I just can't help it.
Oh, come on, take it easy, Rose.
How can I? What do you think this makes me feel like?
What?
She said, what do you think this makes me feel like?
It's a total fool of myself in front of the press. I'm the laughing stock of the entire country. What am I going to tell my mother?
Your mother's from St. Olaf. She'll understand.
I'm just stupid. I'm a dim-witted, dumb, simple-minded, grade-A Minnesota chucklehead.